We journey back to a pivotal moment in the ancient world, a time when the patriarch Abram, a man chosen by the Almighty, returned from the land of Egypt. He was not alone, for with him traveled Lot, his nephew, and a vast retinue of servants and possessions. Their path led them back to the Negeb, a region that would bear witness to a significant turning point in their shared history. Abram's sojourn in Egypt, though fraught with peril, had been marked by divine protection and unexpected prosperity. He emerged from that foreign land not only unharmed but greatly enriched, a testament to the Lord's favor. Upon their return, they sought to re-establish their encampment in the familiar territories of the Negeb. The blessings bestowed upon Abram were immense, manifesting in tangible forms of wealth. His possessions were not merely substantial, they were truly extensive, setting him apart as a man of considerable standing. This abundance was a direct fulfillment of the divine promise to bless him. Among his most valuable assets were his vast herds of livestock. Flocks of sheep and goats and herds of cattle stretched across the landscape, signifying both his prosperity and his nomadic lifestyle. These animals were the lifeblood of his household, providing sustenance and trade. Beyond the living creatures, Abram also possessed a great quantity of silver. This precious metal served as a primary form of currency and stored wealth in the ancient Near East. Its presence underscored his financial power and ability to acquire goods and services. Furthermore, Abram's riches included a significant amount of gold. Gold, even more valuable than silver, symbolized immense wealth and status. Its possession marked him as a man of extraordinary means, blessed beyond measure. Lot, Abram's nephew, had accompanied him throughout this journey, sharing in the experiences and the blessings. He was not merely a dependent, but had also accumulated considerable wealth of his own. His possessions mirrored Abram's, though perhaps on a slightly smaller scale. Lot, too, possessed extensive livestock, including flocks and herds, which had grown significantly during their time in Egypt. He had also acquired silver and gold, establishing himself as a man of considerable substance. Their combined prosperity was a visible sign of divine favor. The combined wealth of Abram and Lot, while a blessing, soon presented a formidable challenge. Their individual prosperity, when aggregated, created an unprecedented demand on the land's resources. The sheer scale of their possessions was immense. The Negeb, though a suitable region for nomadic life, possessed finite resources. Its pastures and water sources, while adequate for a single large household, proved insufficient for two such expansive encampments. The land could no longer sustain both parties simultaneously. This burgeoning prosperity, paradoxically, led to an economic strain between the two households. Competition for prime grazing lands and access to vital water wells became increasingly acute. The very abundance they enjoyed began to sow seeds of discord. The tension escalated into open conflict, not directly between Abram and Lot, but between their respective herdsmen. These men, responsible for the care and sustenance of the vast livestock, found themselves vying for the same limited resources. Their disputes were frequent and often heated. Abram, a man of peace and foresight, recognized the gravity of the situation. He understood that such strife, if left unchecked, could fester and ultimately destroy the familial bond between him and his nephew. He saw the potential for further, more damaging conflict. In the face of this growing discord, Abram demonstrated profound wisdom. He did not allow the conflict to escalate or to be decided by the petty squabbles of their servants. Instead, he took decisive action to address the root cause of the problem. His approach was marked by extraordinary generosity, a quality that set him apart. He was not driven by self-interest or the desire to maintain his own advantage. His primary concern was the preservation of peace and the well-being of his family. Abram prioritized peace above all personal gain. He understood that the value of familial harmony far outweighed any material advantage he might secure by asserting his seniority or greater wealth. His focus was on reconciliation, not competition. He also prioritized familial harmony, recognizing the sacred bond between kin. He sought to prevent any lasting bitterness or division from arising between himself and Lot. Their relationship was more precious than any pasture land or water source. In a remarkable act of selflessness, Abram offered Lot the first choice of land. Despite being the elder and the patriarch, he ceded the advantage to his nephew. This gesture was both magnanimous and deeply significant. Abram's willingness to concede underscored his exceptional character and his unwavering faith. He trusted in God's provision, knowing that his ultimate blessing did not depend on securing the best earthly portion. His actions spoke volumes about his spiritual maturity. His commitment to avoiding conflict was absolute. He understood that a house divided against itself cannot stand, and he sought to proactively remove the source of contention. This decision was a testament to his leadership and his devotion to God's ways. Lot, presented with this extraordinary offer, surveyed the land before him. His gaze was drawn to the fertile Jordan Plain, a region described as well-watered everywhere, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt. Its lushness promised abundant pasture for his livestock. Without hesitation, Lot chose to settle in the Jordan Plain, captivated by its apparent prosperity and ease. He saw the immediate benefits of its rich soil and ample water, believing it to be the most advantageous choice for his growing household. Lot then moved his tents and settled near the cities of the plain, including the infamous city of Sodom. This decision placed him in close proximity to urban centers, offering different opportunities but also exposing him to new influences. The sacred text, however, provides a stark and sobering commentary on Lot's choice. It notes the profound wickedness of Sodom's inhabitants, describing them as exceedingly evil and sinful against the Lord. This detail foreshadows future events and highlights the moral landscape of the region. Abram, in contrast to Lot's choice, remained in the land of Canaan. He continued his nomadic life, trusting in God's guidance and promises, even as the land appeared less immediately appealing than the verdant Jordan Plain. His path was one of faith and obedience. Immediately after Lot's departure, a profound moment of divine reaffirmation occurred. The Lord spoke directly to Abram, reiterating and expanding upon the covenant he had established. This divine encounter served as a powerful confirmation of Abram's chosen status. God instructed Abram to survey the land, to lift up his eyes and look from the place where he stood, northward and southward and eastward and westward. This panoramic view was not merely physical, it was a symbolic act of possession and promise. God promised to give the entire land that Abram could see to him and to his descendants forever. This was a monumental declaration, establishing the geographical boundaries of the future inheritance of his people. It was a gift of immense proportion. This promise included the assurance of numerous descendants, a central and recurring theme in God's covenant with Abram. God declared that his offspring would be as the dust of the earth, an innumerable multitude, signifying a vast and enduring lineage. In response to this magnificent divine reaffirmation, Abram demonstrated his unwavering devotion and faith. He moved his tents from the Negeb and journeyed to Hebron, a significant location that would become associated with his family. There, in Hebron, Abram built an altar to the Lord. This act was a profound expression of worship and gratitude, a public acknowledgement of God's sovereignty and his faithfulness. The altar served as a tangible symbol of his covenant relationship with the Almighty. This entire narrative from the initial prosperity to the parting and the subsequent divine promise, carries immense thematic significance. It underscores the importance of peace, the nature of divine blessing, and the unwavering faithfulness of God to His chosen. It reveals that true inheritance is not found in earthly choices, but in divine covenant.